Welcome to part 2 of One Man's Story in the Rhythm series. If you haven't already seen part 1, make sure you go back and watch that segment first. Let me tell y'all how God got my life back in rhythm. After the brain tumor situation had been taken care of, most of the memory problems were resolved, not to mention the headaches were coming on less and less. Hallelujah. Even though God had performed a huge miracle with the whole brain thing, I was still facing profound challenges that I wasn't sure I could overcome. My wife reminded me daily to keep the faith and keep lifting up my concerns in prayer. She had also surrounded us with scriptures all over the walls that help with spiritual and mental healing. I had to admit that doubt and fear crept in, and anxiety and anger replaced the peace and joy I should have been feeling. Imagine as if everything that you thought made you who you were was taken away. That is how I felt. Everything I did, from my profession to my hobbies to how I served God, depended on fine motor skills and the use of both of my hands. What now, God? It turns out that He has already given me the answers, and I started to find them in prayer. I began noticing that the intense ringing in my ear was subsiding, and pretty soon I started hearing again. That's awesome, God. More and more prayers, and the anxiety and anger was slowly replaced with feelings of peace and joy. I was out of work and not receiving any pay. And all the while, God was showing favor and grace. We were keeping up with our bills, and we were still able to keep food on the table. At this point, I had faced the fact that God must have some new paths for me to follow. So I would just have to learn how to live and do things without the use of my left hand. I asked Him to show me what He wanted me to do next. Almost immediately, we got a call from a pastor whose church we attended. I had gone to high school and played on a praise team with this pastor, so he realized how much I enjoyed playing guitar. Being a very accomplished player himself, he said that he wanted to give me lessons to get my hand working again. At this point, I couldn't even eat or tie my shoes with my left hand. How in the world was I going to be able to play the guitar? I mustered up the courage to show up, and slowly, with a lot of pain, my hands started moving. I was able to play simple notes on that first day. As time went on, with a lot of determination, hard work, and prayer, I was able to play and make it all the way through a practice session. God had made me understand that He had given me a gift that I took for granted until I lost it. He heard my prayers and sent the right people into my life to help me and motivate me so that I might once again be able to use my gifts to glorify Him. Working hard to regain the use of my hand also allowed me to continue in my profession. I was able to return to work 6 months after that car accident and continued working for a little over 4 years until I faced my greatest challenge ever. Make sure you listen next week to find out who I am and how God has brought me this far.